So it's official, I think. Todd Phillips has confirmed Joker 2. Now, he posted this with no caption. Joker, and then you have some French words, and it says written by Scott Silver and Todd Phillips, May 18th, 2022. Then we have an image here of Joaquin Phoenix reading the script. Now, to give you guys context, this term right here, at least from what I'm not French, so to my French speakers out there, you guys with your baguettes, let me know if I'm saying this right. But it's apparently it translates to madness for two. Now that's interesting. Now we knew, I think around 2022, I believe it was around then. We actually heard some news that Warner Brothers has talked to Todd Phillips and said, "Hey, we want you to make Joker 2. And we want you to make Joker 2. But what the deal was, hey, if you're able to get a script right and everything good, here's the deal. Please at least consider it. Please at least think about it. We are willing to give you this much money to make the script. If nothing works, then cool. We don't go with the sequel. But if you have an idea, if you have a story you want to tell us, give it to us now." And I guess Todd Phillips found a story. He cracked the code. Because from what we're seeing here in this post, Joker, Madness for 2. And it's been rumored for months and months on end that Joker 2 is going to happen. And this is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And I'm going to tell you why it's a no-brainer. And again, we have Joaquin Phoenix here iconically smoking a cigarette while reading the script. I'm about to tell you why it's a no-brainer, why they're doing this. Because the first one had no business being anywhere near the $1 billion mark. And yet it did. In Hollywood, when you have a popular money-making franchise, you milk the F out of it. You milk it. Doesn't matter. You milk it. And in Hollywood, that's normal. And The Joker was this movie that, and I still remember, I had this very close friend of mine who told me no one's going to go to watch a Joker movie, which I told him, no, people are. But I was not expecting how much, because that movie made over $1 billion, becoming the most profitable movie of all time. It became the R-rated movie with the highest box office grossing of all time. It did a lot of record. It broke a lot of records. It surprised everyone. Not only did it break financial records, it broke the social, like, the world was just talking about this movie forever. It even caused massive division. Like, there's even news outlets claiming, "Oh, this movie is an incel's wet dream. This movie is going to cause more shootings." And funny enough, there haven't been any shootings because of the Joker. But I can tell you what, somebody got the crap beaten out of them for spoiling Endgame in front of a theater. And guess what? Joker came out years ago, and sadly, there are still shootings happening now. Not because of the Joker. I can guarantee you that. But I don't mean to get to that. But it was very popular social media. Everyone was talking about it. Non-DC fans were talking about it. This was also during a time where DC was in the middle of almost nowhere. Prior to this, Aquaman and Shazam had came out. Aquaman, of course, crossed the billion. Aquaman was successful. And then Shazam did well. But at the time, the DC universe just did. It felt like we didn't know where it was because we were in the post-Snyder era. We were in this weird limbo era. And Joker came out of nowhere. And remember, Joaquin Phoenix won an Oscar for this. So this got Oscar buzz all over it. But the main thing is that it made over $1 billion. And this movie was cheaper than the average blockbuster hit. That's why it became the most profitable movie of all time. More profitable than Avatar, more profitable than Endgame. Because remember, that movie did not have much CGI, or any CGI really, except for like the blood stabbing and all that. That movie was cheap. That movie was not expensive. I don't remember what the budget was, but I believe it was under 100 million. I believe if you make a movie for under 100 million and you make $1 billion, holy shit, you're basically that duck from DuckTales. You're just swimming on coins now. You're swimming on coins. And I know the popular belief is, oh, you can't do Joker 2 because it ruins the first one. Honestly, I used to believe that. I won't deny it. But the more time passes by, the more I'm thinking, no, you can make a second one. Because it's not like the first movie ends in a way where you can't have a second movie. I mean, remember, this is the Joker we're talking about. This is, when you go watch that Joker movie, as much of a masterpiece as it is, clearly takes inspiration from Taxi Driver and King of Comedy. We have to remember that movie that's not Joker. That's a it's more of a story about society and the mentally ill and how the world punishes. Now, here's some things I do need from Joker 2. Number one, you need to still be in the perspective of crap, Arthur Fleck. For a while, I said Jack Napier. You need to have the movie be in the perspective of Arthur Fleck, because that's something that the first Joker movie did. Because it questions to you, the question is this real? Is this not real? Was everything really happening? Are we just in the mind of a mentally ill man? But the second movie, what it needs to do is still continue that path, make us question: is it real? Is it? That's the one thing that I do think this movie needs to do, especially because you set that up. You cannot go a 360. You can't go from Wonder Woman to Wonder Woman 84. You got to do the same exact thing that got you that success in the first movie. You know, you got to do the same thing, or not the same story, of course, but I'm saying the same tone, the same perspective. Because the minute we go into, like, I don't know, detective's perspective, it takes away the illusion. Because the point of the illusion in the first Joker movie is it gives you thoughts. Is this happening? Is this real? I mean, some people even left the theater questioning if he actually did commit these murders or anything, or if he dreamt it or whatever. That's what the movie still needs to do. Now, the title Madness for 2. I see a lot of people theorizing that maybe Harley Quinn. I'm fine with the Harley Quinn. Of course, any premise can be good. I've said that before. I mean, we live in a world where Polka Dot Man is an icon. People love Polka Dot Man now. Polka Dot Man prior to this was not popular at all. But still, we have, no matter what the premise is, I'm fine with it. What I just don't want to happen is another Batman universe, where Batman shows up and then Joker's just, I'm the Joker and all. I feel like that's going to worry me, but even then, I think it still can be done. And I'm really wondering, what are they going to do with this second story? Is it going to be him in the asylum? Is it going to be him ravaging in the glory of his success as the Clown Prince of Crime? Is it going to be him gaining more of a cult-like following? Maybe they could go with the story about what it's like to be the leader of a cult. Because at the end of the Joker movie, it seems like they were heading that way. But again, if you're doing a movie about a cult, and you got to call Jared Leto, because obviously he's been method acting for enough to do that. I'm just kidding. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you like this idea? I know a lot of people are divisive on this. But I think overall most people are positive about this. I believe most people are excited. It seems like there's a positive reception to having Joker 2 happen. I mean, we have to remember that first movie was just, it shocked everyone. And it's funny. Let me remind people one thing. When that teaser trailer dropped, Endgame was about to come out, I believe. I remember everyone almost ignored that trailer because everyone was too focused on Endgame. Joker did not feel like the average comic book movie. And I felt like it was swept under the rug. In fact, I was actually debating on whether to watch the movie the first day or not. But then the last second, I was like, hey, you know what? I got to go watch this movie because that Joker movie really left me surprised. I remember my theater clap. I've been in very few theaters I've ever clapped after a movie. That Joker movie did that. It did that. But anyways, fun fact: it's also the first time I ever went to an R-rated movie in the theater. So get a little bit of nostalgia there. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.